Hello, everyone. Welcome to Slow English Listening. Today, I am going to talk about a very interesting and simple topic for English learners. The topic is my favorite food. Please listen slowly and carefully. Try to understand each sentence step by step. You can also repeat after me to improve your English speaking and listening skills. Food is a very important part of our life. Every human being needs food to survive. We eat food every day in the morning, afternoon, and night. Without food, we cannot get energy. Without food, our body becomes weak. There are many different types of food in the world. Some foods are spicy, some foods are sweet, and some foods are salty. Different countries have different traditional foods. Every culture has its own special dishes and cooking styles. Now, I want to slowly start talking about my favorite food. I will not rush. I will speak step by step so you can understand easily. My favorite food is something very special for me. It is not only food, but also a memory and a feeling. Whenever I think about my favorite food, I feel happy inside. It reminds me of good times, family moments, and celebrations. Sometimes food is not just about taste. Sometimes food is also about emotions and memories. I remember when I was younger, I used to wait for special meals at home. I always felt excited when my favorite food is biryani. Yes, biryani is my most favorite dish in the world. Biryani is a very famous food in South Asia. It is cooked with rice, spices, and sometimes meat or chicken. It has a strong smell and a very rich taste. When it is cooked properly, it becomes very delicious. I like biryani because it is full of flavor. Every bite has a different taste because of the spices. It is not a simple food. It is a special and traditional dish. When I eat biryani, I feel very satisfied. It gives me energy and happiness at the same time. Sometimes I eat it at home, and sometimes I eat it at restaurants. Both experiences are very enjoyable. At home, biryani is usually cooked by my family. The kitchen becomes full of nice smell when it is cooking. The rice becomes soft and the meat becomes tender. Everything mixes together in a perfect way. I like watching the cooking process. It takes time to prepare biryani. First, rice is cooked separately. Then spices are added carefully. After that, everything is layered and cooked together slowly. This slow cooking process makes biryani very special. It is not fast food. It is a food that needs patience and care. That is why it tastes so good. When I see biryani on the table, I feel very happy. I do not want to wait. I just want to start eating it immediately. Now I will continue my long and slow English listening story. Please listen carefully and try to imagine everything step by step in your mind. In this part, I may talk in more detail about how my favorite food is made and what makes it so special. My favorite food is biryani, and its preparation is very interesting and full of care. Biryani is not a simple dish that is cooked quickly. It takes time, attention, and patience to prepare it in the right way. Every step in cooking biryani is important because every ingredient adds a different flavor. First, rice is one of the main parts of biryani. The rice must be long, soft, and perfectly cooked. It should not be too hard and not too soft. It must be just right so it can mix well with the spices. Second, spices are very important in biryani. Different spices are used to give it a strong and rich taste. These spices may include salt, chili, turmeric, coriander, and many others. Each spice adds a special layer of flavor. Third, meat or chicken is often added. The meat is usually cooked separately first. It is cooked with spices until it becomes soft and juicy. This step makes the taste even better. After that, the rice and meat are combined together. This is done in layers. My favorite food gives me a very special feeling when I eat it. The taste is rich, deep, and full of different spices mixed together. Each bite feels warm and comforting. It is not just food, it feels like an experience. The rice is soft and perfectly cooked. The meat or chicken is tender and juicy. Everything is mixed in a way that creates a strong and balanced flavor. The spices spread evenly through the whole dish. When I start eating, I notice how the aroma becomes even stronger. The smell and taste work together at the same time. This combination makes the food more enjoyable and satisfying. I usually eat slowly because I want to enjoy every moment. It is not only about eating, but also about feelings connected to it. Every time I think about it, I can clearly imagine the taste and smell again. The preparation of this food is also very important. It is made with care and patience. Each ingredient is added step by step. Nothing is rushed, and everything is done slowly. First, the main ingredients are prepared. Rice is cleaned and soaked in water. Meat or chicken is washed and mixed with spices. These spices are very important because they give the real flavor. Then, the cooking process begins. The meat is cooked until it becomes soft and juicy. At the same time, rice is boiled separately. Both parts are prepared carefully so they can mix later. After that, layering is done. One layer of rice is added, then a layer of meat. This process is repeated again and again. Sometimes fried onions and herbs are added on top. Then everything is cooked on low heat. This slow cooking allows all flavors to mix properly. The aroma becomes stronger during this time. The smell spreads everywhere and makes people hungry. When the food is finally ready, it looks very beautiful. The colors of rice, spices, and meat combine together. It looks rich and very appetizing. The golden onions on top make it even more attractive. Whenever I hear that it is being cooked, I feel excited inside. Sometimes I think about how different people enjoy different foods. Every person has their own taste and preference. Some people like sweet food, some like spicy food, and some like simple food. But for me, rich and spicy food feels the most satisfying. When I eat my favorite food, I also notice how it changes my mood. If I am tired, it gives me energy. If I am sad, it makes me feel a little better. If I am happy, it makes the happiness even stronger. This is why food is more than just something we eat. It is connected to emotions and daily life. It becomes part of our routine and our memories. I also like how my favorite food is connected to tradition. It is not a new or modern dish. It has been made for many years. My favorite food is something that I can talk about again and again. It is not only a dish for me, but also a part of my life experience. Every time I think about it, I remember different moments connected with it. Sometimes I notice that food connects people in a very natural way. When people share a meal, they feel more comfortable with each other. There is no need for complicated words or formal talk. Food itself becomes the connection between people. I have seen many times that when family sits together for eating, the atmosphere becomes warm. Everyone shares food from the same table. Everyone talks and smiles. These small moments become very meaningful. My favorite food also reminds me of patience. Because it is not made quickly, it teaches patience during cooking and waiting. Good things take time, and this food is a perfect example of that idea. I also like how different people can make the same food in different ways. Even if the recipe is similar, the taste can be slightly different. This depends on cooking style, ingredients, and experience. Sometimes I compare homemade food and restaurant food. Homemade food feels more personal and warm. Restaurant food feels more professional and consistent. Both have their own value and enjoyment. When I think deeply, I realize food is part of daily happiness. We may not notice it every time, but it plays a very important role in life. It gives energy, comfort, and satisfaction. Even a simple meal can bring peace after a busy day. That is why I respect food and enjoy it with attention. My favorite food is a perfect example of that idea. I remember many times when I was waiting for this food to be ready. That waiting time itself felt special. I used to sit quietly and observe the cooking process. Every sound and every smell made me more excited. The kitchen environment also becomes very active during cooking. People move around, preparing different things at the same time. There is a kind of natural teamwork happening without stress. Everyone contributes in their own way. I also notice that this food is always shared. It is rarely eaten alone in a big quantity. It is usually served for multiple people together. This makes it feel more social and warm. When I eat it with others, I feel a strong sense of connection. We do not focus on anything else at that moment. We just enjoy the food and the company. This simple experience feels very meaningful. My favorite food also represents celebration for me. Whenever something good happens, this food is often present. It becomes part of happy events and special occasions. Because of this, it always reminds me of joy. Even on normal days, eating it feels special. It breaks the routine of daily. It is not just something I eat. It is something that connects me with memories, emotions, and people around me. When I think about everything I have shared, I realize how simple food can become something very meaningful. From preparation to cooking, from smell to taste, and from eating alone to sharing with others, every moment has value. My favorite food always gives me comfort. It gives me energy when I am tired. It gives me happiness when I feel low. And it gives me satisfaction when I feel hungry. I also understand that food is not only about filling the stomach. It is about enjoying life in small moments. It is about sitting together with family or friends and sharing time. It is about creating memories that stay in the mind for a long time. This food also teaches me patience and appreciation. Because it takes time to prepare, I learn to respect the process. Because it is shared, I learn the importance of togetherness. Because it is enjoyed slowly, I learn to enjoy the present moment.